next video shows what happened right after those gunshots went off. A black SUV speeds off from the venue, running a red light in an attempt to get away from a party advertised by J. Prince Jr., where Takeoff was killed.
Let's address the elephant in the room, Takeoff's murder. It's been nearly a week since Takeoff been murdered in Houston following J. Prince Jr.'s birthday party. Since then, a lot of new information came about. There's been a lot of new details in regards to the situation, and the alleged killer has been identified. In this video, we're going to talk about the alleged killer. We're going to dig into his past and the issues that he had with the Migos. We're also going to talk about J. Prince Jr., and we're going to talk about the Migos' future and where they stand. Without further delay, let's get right into it. Since the video of Takeoff's murder surfaced on the internet, a lot of social media detectives and fans alike began to look into the case. People began to put the pieces together and connecting the dots, and it's believed that Takeoff's alleged killer has been found. When the initial reports came out that Takeoff was murdered, the initial report was that he was struck and killed by friendly fire, and that Takeoff had nothing to do with the situation that was going on. In the videos that surfaced online, you could clearly see a male in a black hoodie with his hands on a weapon. This male in black hoodie was later identified by DJ Academics and No Jumper to be no other than Migos Bands. If you don't know who Migos Bands is an affiliate of the Migos. He was in a car with Quavo and J. Prince Jr. hours before the shooting took place, in which Takeoff lost his life. When that clip surfaced online, according to TMZ and other medias, that person in a black hoodie was identified as a person of interest. No name was given. After the person in a black hoodie was identified as Migos Benz, it was not stated whether or not he was questioned by the police or if he was detained later on. DJ Academics did a stream on his channel, and he pointed out that there was possibly a second shooter. That second shooter was pointed out to be a guy in a yellow hoodie. At first, his name wasn't known, but through a lot of social media detectives, he was quickly identified as Lil Cam from the 5th. The name Lil Cam 5th is a social media handle. I'm guessing the 5th is from the 5th Ward. If you could recall earlier in the night, Quavo and J. Prince were riding around. They had a gun on them, and they said that they was riding through the 5th.
Slide through the town.
Now we get down.
Got the birthday boy with me.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th Ward.
People on social media were quick to point out that Takeoff wasn't killed by friendly fire, that he was indeed killed by Lil Kim from the 5th, and that Lil Kim from the 5th shot him point blank range in the head. Lil Kim used Takeoff's body as a shield when Migos Benz allegedly returned fire, trying to protect Quavo and Takeoff.
All right, the streets are officially talking. I've been getting so many reports from firsthand witness. It's crazy. The people that came forward showed me 100% proof they was there firsthand, but I can't expose their identities. They told me Quavo was arguing with J. Prince Jr. He shrugged J. Prince Jr. off and walked away saying, "Let's go before I hurt somebody." Immediately after Takeoff was following behind the entourage, Talib in yellow hoodie, who goes by the name of Lil Cam, grabbed Takeoff and shot him in the head, and then tried to use his body as a shield when Takeoff began to fall. Remember, the messages said, "First shot, Takeoff dropped." That's when Quavo's manager pulled out his gun. It was not a straight bullet. Quavo's manager seen the whole thing and tried to protect Takeoff. And it's actually believed that Quavo's manager might have actually shot the girl Sydney in the head. It was on accident and she survived. The hospital have officially removed her tubes out and she's in stable condition. Quavo's assistant was also shot, but two survived. As for Yellow Hoodie, I've heard the team is allegedly hiding him. His job is to protect J. Prince Jr. My source said as of yesterday, the entire J. Prince Jr. team is shook. RN.
As this new story came out, social media got in a frenzy, and the search began for Lil Kim from the 5th. Shortly after people began talking about the situation and bringing up Lil Kim from the 5th, it was reported that Lil Kim from the 5th was shot and killed in Houston, only a couple days after Takeoff was killed. The only problem with the news of his alleged murder is that no other news stations or TMZ picked it up. It was only the blogs and social media personnel that picked it up and reported on it. Only a few days after a lot of internet chatter and speculation, somebody began tweeting from Lil Cam's account. As people dug into his account and following his tweets, a lot of old tweets began to surface. What some of those old tweets revealed is that he didn't like Quavo, he had admiration for Offset, and he thought Takeoff was too quiet. As more information on Lil Cam began to surface on the internet, people on social media began to blame J. Prince Jr. A lot of people online and on social media began to say that J. Prince Jr. does not protect his guests when they come to his city. If you could recall, Duke the Jeweler was murdered following a night of gambling and partying with J. Prince Jr. Takeoff was also murdered following a night of gambling and partying with J. Prince Jr. People on social media began to say that Lil Cam from the Fifth was responsible for both murders. Whether or not any of this is true is anyone's guess. At this point, this is all speculations and allegations. One of the most vocal people about this whole incident, this whole situation, is not a member of the Migos, but an outsider, Wack 100. We will get into Wack 100 issue with J. Prince and J. Prince Jr. in a later video, but for right now, we're just gonna focus on the Migos and where do they go from here. At an interview conducted prior to Takeoff's death, Quavo stated that the Migos will go on as a duo with just Quavo and Takeoff.
I just feel like we want to see our career as a duo, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we just came from a loyal family, you know what I'm saying? Shit that's supposed to stick together. And, you know, sometimes when shit don't work out, it ain't meant to be, you know, so.
You know, we don't know all answers, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying, God know. And we ask, you know what I'm saying, we pray a lot, you know. And whatever ain't right and however you supposed to see it fit, like you put it back together, or however you do it, like we, you know what I'm saying, we pray, so only time to tell. But, you know, we always family now. Ain't nothing gonna change, so.
Now that Takeoff is dead, I wonder if Quavo will reconcile with Offset or if Quavo will go on to have a solo career. Takeoff's funeral is in a few days, and some of the rules of the funeral is that no media is allowed, no cameras are allowed, and that any footage taken from the funeral will be relayed to the media later on by the family or by the person coordinating the funeral. And a lot of people online and on social media have been wondering whether or not J. Prince Jr., J. Prince Sr., or any Mob Ties affiliate will show up to the funeral. J. Prince Sr. spoke onto the situation and he sent his condolences to the Migos and their family. However, J. Prince Jr. and other people from Mob Ties haven't really spoken onto the situation. They just kept quiet. We'll keep you posted on this situation with more videos to come, and follow up videos on Lil Cam from the Fifth and J. Prince Jr. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this situation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification.